Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to the Lunar New Year. Today, as I'm recording this, we are about 1 hour into the first new moon of the year happening in the sign of Aquarius. So, of course, I'm going to be talking about the astrology connected to that. But first, I'm going to share with you all the wisdom teachings, the personal growth empowerment practices, the masteries of Aquarius season. The sun just went into Aquarius on January 20th, yesterday. And so today, as I'm recording this, is the first full day of Aquarius season. The energy of Aquarius season naturally inspires us to seek knowledge. This can be knowledge through studying, learning, but it can also be knowledge that we gain through the experience of life. Aquarius season also inspires us to embrace our uniqueness, our originality, our individuality, our independence, and we're naturally inclined towards innovation. This can be innovative ways of expressing our individuality, innovative ways through problem solving, conflict resolution, or innovative ways to just embark on our path and journey forward into our wholeness, into our awakeness, our awareness, and all things connected to that. When the sun is in Aquarius, we seek to liberate ourselves from anything that feels like restriction, limitation. We want to expand beyond anything that's been inhibiting us in any way, shape, or form. So take a moment to feel into that. Feel into how you've already been feeling those inner urgings and nudgings, and acknowledge or honor that you're feeling this because it's a part of the energies of now. So you tuning into that within yourself is actually a really good indicator that you are right now tapped into the natural pulse of life. In fact, the first new moon of each year is a lot about that, in accordance to shamanic wisdom teachings around the first new moon of the year. The new moon in January encourages us to have a willingness to learn about and attune to the natural rhythm of life, the natural pulse of life, with a curious, seeking mind. The energy now is all about reviving our aliveness. So let's take a moment here and just have a little bit of a moment of reflection around the structures that we've just created for ourselves while the sun has been transiting through Capricorn. As we've been in Capricorn season, the energy has been about establishing structures for growth, the foundations. In Capricorn season, we experience fulfillment by achieving things. And last month, we talked about setting achievable goals for yourself so that you're having a little bit of a sense of personal satisfaction that comes from the attainment or achievement of those goals, right? But Capricorn is earth energy. It's very methodical, it's very practical, and it's a lot about establishing foundations, structures, groundedness, centeredness, all of those energies that we need as that foundation to build on and grow on. And so now here we are in the very beginning of Aquarius season, where what we really want to do is liberate ourselves from anything that we feel is interfering or getting in the way of our growth at this time. Again, we want to fully embrace liberation to be who we fully are. We feel a deep inner urge to be in our full radiance, to be in our full color, our full magic, our full spice. So now is the time to give yourself permission to let go of anything that has felt like self-imposed restrictions, or to find ways to transmute or ascend out of any life experience, situation that has been holding you back. The energy right now is all about bursting forward into our full exuberance, our full fulfillment, our full radiance. So ask yourself how this is showing up for you, right? Okay, so how do we revive our aliveness? One of the first steps that we can take is to be aware of or consider the idea of being in right relationship with yourself. Right relationship with yourself means being in mind, body, spirit, attunement, alignment, harmony, being in right relationship with your own spiritual energy, right relationship with your friends, your loved ones. Right relationship in my world means harmonious relationship. It's not about an ego judgment of what's right, wrong, good, bad. It's about a feeling of alignment and harmony. So the first step in reviving your aliveness is taking steps to revitalize your own internal mind, body, spirit sense of harmonization, and then utilizing various practices to achieve that. Those of you who know me know that I'm huge in working with movement, dance, breath work, music, sound, being out in nature. These are all steps that we can take that are available to us that we can utilize to really just invigorate our flow of energy in our body, in our nervous system. Getting your life force energy flowing through your body and through your nervous system not only is a super empowering way to shift out of anything that feels like distressing energy, anxious energy, or depressing energy, but it also helps us to feel reconnected with our soul and re-inspired. And these are the themes that are connected to not only the new moon, but Aquarius season in general. So this new moon also is marking the beginning of the Chinese New Year. We can also say the Lunar New Year. The energy is distinctly shifting now. You know, the past few weeks, meaning the first few weeks of this year, have been a little bit intense. There's been tension energy connected to these retrograde planets that we've had. We've had Mars, Mercury, and Uranus retrograde. Mars and Mercury already went direct in this past week, and Uranus goes direct tomorrow. So the energy is distinctly shifting for the positive. Who here feels it? I'm definitely feeling a distinct shift of energy. The past few weeks, I felt like I was sort of sluggishly moving through mud. Now I feel like I've broken free into like a breath of fresh air, and it feels great. So take some time to feel into how this is all showing up for you. Take some time to feel into what types of movement-oriented or creative-oriented activities that you might feel inspired to do to help you to get your life force energy flowing through your body. I really can't express enough how important that part is. We've got to keep our energy flowing in order to have that reviving and revitalization. So let's go ahead and take a look at the astrology here. So taking a look at the new moon chart, we can see that there's a prevalence of air energy. So we have the sun, the moon, Venus, Saturn, and Mars in air signs, right? So air signs are about illuminated awareness. It's sharp clarity of mental energy. It's things having to do with thinking, decision-making, mental processing, even mentally processing our emotional states of being. And it's a time of heightened, again, illumination, awareness, inspiration on those mental creative levels. There's also an emphasis on cardinal energy. The cardinal signs are the signs that happen at the beginning of each season. And so the cardinal signs are all about movement, growth, forward direction, aliveness, expansion, and development. And so we can look towards these energetic themes to inform us as to the nature of the energy that's showing up now, which enables us to understand how we can each uniquely best harness that for ourselves. So we have the moon and the sun are conjunct each other in the sign of Aquarius. We also have Pluto in that conjunction, although Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn. Technically, they are still in alignment. So this is pretty intense, right? So the moon and the sun come together each new moon. I look at this as being a time where we are in balance. We have the opportunity to reharmonize, rebalance between our own inner sacred masculine and our own inner sacred feminine. Pluto coming into that conjunction, though, wants to bring transformation. And I feel it's all about breaking through, breaking away from anything that has, again, held us back, slowed us down, prevented us from being in our true full light, our true full exuberance. And that definitely is a big theme that's happening right now. One thing that I am noticing here is, let me just say that this is not necessarily directly aspecting the new moon, but we just had Mercury go direct in the sign of Capricorn a few days ago. And right now, Mercury is in a trine to Uranus. And the reason I want to bring this up is because Mercury is our own mental processing, thinking, all forms of communication, not just speaking or interacting, but it can be technological communication and things of that nature. So in a trine to Uranus, and Uranus being connected to higher mind, this is a time where we can receive transmissions of divine guidance, insights from our higher self, from cosmic consciousness. This is a really good week to spend time in meditation, connecting with your higher self. God, spirit, universe, cosmic consciousness, spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever it is that you align with, that you like to connect with in order to gain higher guidance. This is a really amazing week to do those types of practices, because the energy is prime for really being able to receive transmissions of higher awareness, higher guidance. Let's remember that each new moon is a time of new beginnings and setting new intentions. So this new moon, we want to set intentions not only for this lunar month, but this is the best moon of the year to really establish your intent for the entire year ahead. You may find that with the new moon in Aquarius, that some of your goals for the year are connected to learning and developing, whether that's you taking the information in or teaching, mentoring other people, or both. That seems to be a collective theme that's showing up right now with this astrology. We also have Mercury trining the north node of the moon and squaring Chiron. So let's talk about what that means. So the north node of the moon is representative of our true soul calling. We've talked about this a lot in the past year because we've got that Uranus North Node conjunction happening, which it's still within the orb of conjunction right now. But, you know, this has brought in that collective theme of all of us seeking to find a way to once and for all shift into that more encompassing path of higher fulfillment and joy. So with Mercury in a trine to the north node of the moon right now, this brings more clarity of awareness around exactly what that looks like for us. It also enables us to begin to develop a strategy, more of a concrete plan or strategy for taking those steps and actualizing that reality, which feels like it's going to be a big part of the themes happening for this first part of the year here. Mercury is direct now in the sign of Capricorn, which enables us to be a little bit more methodical about the plans or the strategies that we're creating. And I want to talk about Mars here because Mars is in the sign of Gemini, which Mercury is the ruler of. So here's one thing I haven't mentioned yet. I did talk about it in the last video. Mars is out of bounds right now. And what that means is that it's outside of the normal range of alignment with the ecliptic plane. When planets go out of bound, it brings eccentricities in alignment with the core themes of that planet. So when Mars is out of bounds, in the higher octave positive expression, it can really fuel our determination to move forward and break free from things that aren't good for us or things that are restricting us. On the what I want to say, the challenge aspect, we have to be on the lookout for being impulsive. We don't want to make rash, impulsive decisions that are fear-based. We want to be aware of that tendency within us, but it's not a good idea to take action along those lines. The better approach is to be aware of wherever those tendencies might be happening and consciously choose, like, okay, I'm not going to be impulsive and make any rash decisions that I might regret later. I'm going to honor what I need, and I'm going to patiently move forward in a way that feels aligned with what my true needs are and honoring those boundaries for myself. So just be aware of that energy. With Mercury in a square to Chiron, Chiron is the archetype of the wounded healer. And with Mercury coming into the picture there, that square, I look at squares as being little checkpoints, right? A little check-in with ourselves. So Mercury being a planet of thinking, the mind, awarenesses, what my sense is intuitively is that this square is giving us new perspectives around our old wounds or around the healing work that we've already done, or new perspectives around how to achieve deeper layers of healing as well. So that even though squares can be challenge aspects, it feels like the challenge aspect is meaningful in the way that it's giving us deeper insights, fresh insights, in ways that will ultimately serve a deepening of our well-being. So awarenesses, insights around how we've healed, what we've healed already, where we might still need healing, and innovative ways of doing that, which again goes back to this Aquarian theme that we've got going on right now. Another cosmic alignment that we have going on that is further supporting these themes that I'm talking about here is that we still have Venus and Saturn in a conjunction in the sign of Aquarius. Venus is about our core values. It's what we find harmony in. It can be about love, relationships, beauty, but really ultimately it boils down to our core values. Channeling this in the direction of our self-love is a really good concept right now because Saturn is all about responsibility. And it feels like this conjunction between Venus and Saturn is bringing our awareness back around to our self-responsibility to be really, I don't want to say protective, but aware of and holding space for our self-love, our self-nurturing, and clearing away anything that could be any type of negative or derogatory influence or impact on our self-love. We really need to honor whatever it is that we need to dial in and get back on track with our inner vibrance and true, authentic mind, body, spirit harmony. I can't emphasize how important this is because honestly, guys, we want to remember that when it comes to creating and manifesting, the best way forward, it starts with harmonizing your own internal mind, body, spirit alignment so that you're in a harmonious state of being. When we are in harmonious states of being within ourselves, we're automatically a magnet to experiencing, creating, manifesting whatever our heart's desires are. And this brings me to the fundamental personal growth themes that are connected to January and the new moon in January. It's all about conceiving, originating, and creating. Again, being innovative with what those intention seeds are that you're germinating metaphorically within yourself right now. The energy now tremendously supports us, invites us, encourages us to find our focus, but finding our focus in alignment with what our deeper enthusiasms are, our passions, our soul urgings. So nurturing that connection with your soul self is really key at this point. If any of you have questions about how to do that, let me know. Put them in the comments below, and I am happy to address those questions in the next episode. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here for now. Great connecting with all of you. All my love, blessings, namaste, and I will see you right around the corner in the next video.